As we mentioned earlier, President Trump is expected to sign his signature domestic policy package into law today. It includes new spending, but also new cuts and changes to programs like Medicaid. Many who are enrolled in Medicaid will soon be required by the new law to prove every month that they work, study, or volunteer 80 hours a month. By one estimate, 92% of Americans under 65 who are enrolled in Medicaid are already working. One Missouri mom whose adult son requires round-the-clock care is worried his Medicaid coverage could soon be lost. My NBC News Daily co-anchor and correspondent Zinhle Essamuah sat down with her.
For Kimberly Gallagher, the loss of her husband to cancer 6 years ago also meant the loss of her private insurance. It's health care she desperately needs to care for her son Daniel in Kansas City, Missouri. He's had a rare genetic condition since birth.
Well, Daniel's a little different than the typical person with Prader-Willi syndrome. He's lower functioning and he's nonverbal because of the autism.
Daniel is now 31. What does his care look like day to day now?
He requires total care.
Gallagher is enrolled in Medicaid, but new work requirements in President Trump's newly passed One Big Beautiful Bill Act put her at risk of losing that coverage.
You supported President Trump, and this policy has been spearheaded by him. I wonder if it matches what you were expecting or what your hope is moving forward.
No, it doesn't match. But again, I still have the part of me that wonders if somewhere in that 200 and some odd pages, if there's something that I'm missing that will still protect us.
Around 18.5 million Americans will now be required to prove they work, study, or volunteer no less than 80 hours a month, with some exceptions, according to the Congressional Budget Office. What's the problem with trying to verify individuals when it comes to their work status and employment status?
I was on the ground in Arkansas when the state tried requirements just like this in 2018, and we saw working people, disabled people, caregivers, all of them getting cut off the program left and right.
The idea of work requirements for Medicaid is not new. In 2023, Georgia introduced similar parameters still in place. And in 2018, Arkansas did the same. Former legal aid attorney Kevin DeLeban filed a suit against Arkansas's Medicaid changes, a federal judge and then the Biden administration ultimately blocking the work requirements. More than 18,000 people lost coverage in that state.
Imagine getting a 10-page letter today that says something that you barely understand, right? Because it sounds like you might be eligible, but you might not be eligible and you're not sure. You're buried under an avalanche of paperwork, red tape, hoops to jump through.
The work requirement change could have a major cost-cutting effect, with $325 billion worth of savings estimated by the Congressional Budget Office.
When you're talking about Medicaid, we need to make sure the program is sustained for the people it's intended for. That's, the elderly, the disabled, young pregnant mothers down on the luck.
Now families like the Gallaghers say they're in limbo. In 2019, Gallagher relinquished custody of her son so she could get paid by the state of Missouri to be his full-time caregiver, a provision under Missouri state law.
Just the act of going into court and, declaring that you're giving up your son. And I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Today, she fears she'll lose even more.
This bill is set to be signed by President Trump today.
Yes.
In the Oval Office. You've supported him in the past. If you could talk to him right now, what would you say?
I want to know what he was thinking. The politicians say that Medicaid is not going to be affected except for the people who, supposedly are cheating the system. And it's not supposed to affect the disabled. And so I just want some more guarantees.
The family seeking certainty as the health coverage they rely on is set to change.
Zinhle Essamuah there. Zinhle, thank you. That story, by the way, was produced in collaboration with our partner, KFF Health News.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.